Okay, Marvin, this is Dave here at Rexburg Motorsports. Since you weren't able to pick up your Spyder in person, so I could go over everything with you, I decided to do a video here, just kind of a general overview of a Spyder and all their operating features and how to use them. The big thing on these that people forget to do when you turn them on to get them started, you have to wait for the gauges to come up, and it just says before operating, read the safety card, which your safety card's up here. You just pull this out. It gives you some safety guidelines on these, some general operating procedures. And after you're done reading that card, you need to, or you don't have to read it every time, but before you start it, it will let you start it. You have to push the M button. Just push that M button and then it's ready to start. Make sure the vehicle's in neutral. And they start right up. To start it, just make sure this is your kill switch. Make sure that's in the run position. And then this is your starter button here. You just push that button. It'll fire right up. And another thing that's kind of tricky on these Spyders is the parking brake. It's right here. Especially on the 08s like yours, you really just have to make a quick jolt. You just push it really quick with your foot. It'll take a little bit of practice to get used to that. The 08s especially are a little bit sticky, so if you just push them down and up, they won't come up. You have to just hit them real quick with a slight jolt there with your foot, and then it comes right off. And the other thing on these, to access your gas, you just go here to the key, push in the key and turn it to the right, and that gives you access to your gas. Here, your gas is under the seat. Right here is where you fill it up with gas. Back here is your battery. Has a positive here and a negative lead over here. That's a good idea in case you ever have to charge it up or jump start it. If you do jump start it with a car, just make sure the car is not running so it doesn't give too much voltage to the battery. Then this does have a front luggage compartment. To access that, you push the key in and turn it to the left, and that opens this front compartment. You have to kind of do it at the same time you're lifting it, so you kind of have to do that and lift it at the same time. This one's missing the owner's manual, but your owner's manual will be right here in this slot. And then this is also how you access to check your radiator coolant levels. You just take that cover off. It just has these tabs that click into these little grommets here. This is your radiator overflow. You just want to make sure there's fluid in the bottom of that. You'll see green fluid. It's right here. It's kind of hard to see in the video. You don't want to fill it up above this max line. You want it between this line down here and this max line up here. And the other thing you'll want to check every week or so as you're riding is the oil. To access the oil reservoir, you have to take off this panel on the left side of the vehicle. You have these little clips that turn a half turn, and then they pop out, and you pop this panel off. Then you can see the oil reservoir right here. You just unscrew the this is a dipstick here. That you unscrew. And then it's just like a car dipstick. You just want to make sure it's between between the low line and the high line. To check the oil, you need to start the Spyder first, let it run for about 30 seconds, and then check the oil. Your owner's manual will go over the oil checking procedures. We recommend you take it into a Spyder dealer or a good motorcycle mechanic to have the oil changed. On your gauge, you have several different options here. You can toggle through here and go through your trip meter, your hours you spent on a trip, hours total on the machine. It has a clock, and then the odometer, and then this is your speedometer here, and this is your tachometer there. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of an overview on this machine. If you have any questions, you can always give me a call at 208-351-9237.